You got the champions of Europe, Italy, who are not going to the World Cup, sad to say for Italian fans, but they are the defending champions of Europe right now, against the champions of South America, Argentina. A lot of great narratives here. Messi, of course, Chiellini saying goodbye, I guess, to the Azzurri as well, will be the farewell tour there. Should be a fantastic game. The trophy's pretty tasty, by the way. And because of this match, everybody, we thought we'd have some fun and do a combined starting 11 of Italy and Argentina. Once again, we are doing this so you can all yell at us on social media and YouTube. And once again, we're doing this to just, by the way, this was very difficult to do. And number two, if there's one thing that you don't want to do and get angry for fan bases, it's these two teams. I don't want to listen to Argentinians and Italians yell at me. But we've had to do it. So we've all made our starting 11s. And remember, this is our personal choice, okay? So just calm down. I'm expecting that I'm going to go nuts at Jonathan Johnson. Des Norris was warning me about his lineup. I can't wait to see what it is. But James Benge, by the way, you start. And by the way, it's an all-time starting 11. They can pick from any decade. This is not just the current players. This is an all-time Italy, Argentina starting 11 all-time. James Benge, take it away.
Although it has to be said, it's hard to pick players you've never seen play football before.
Right.
So that kind of is what I would want to say with my team, which is predominantly kind of 1990s onwards, although there are certain players of a level of greatness that you just know to pick them. Hence, I have Alfredo Di Stefano leading the line. The hardest ones for me to pick, I think, were the three. I really wanted Batistuta as well, and then I remembered Alfredo Di Stefano. The three off the central striker. I mean, two of them picked themselves. Two of, I would say, the greatest players ever: Maradona, Messi, and then Roberto Baggio. Just the divine ponytail is the perfect nickname for a player that invariably lit up the game. I kind of was thinking with that front four, I'm going to need someone to get the ball to them, and then someone to actually win the ball back. As good as my defense behind it is, I struggled a little bit. I don't know, with sort of not very agricultural, robust midfielders, and picked Diego Simeone because he was the only one I could think of that I thought had been great. I was equally a bit reluctant to pick Andrea Pirlo.
Yeah,
obviously,
really?
a fantastic footballer.
No, you were right there. I like the formation too. What is this? A 4-2-3-1?
Yeah, it's a 4-2-3-1. I'm bored of the sort of, or I got very bored towards the end of his career of the sort of, especially in England, the cult of Andrea Pirlo. A phenomenal player, but it was just like English football had never seen a passing midfielder before. Back four picks itself. The back line picks itself. Maldini, Baresi, Cannavaro. I wanted to fit Nesta in this team. Javier Zanetti. And Gigi Buffon, and there's some absolute all-time greats that I've left off that team. None of them are Argentinian goalkeepers.
Yeah, it's very difficult. Well, Goicoechea, I have an emotional connection to it growing up watching him play, but yeah.
You weren't a Carlos Roa fan, James?
Yeah. if anybody, Jonathan, I'm ready for you. Show me what you picked.
All right, so here we go. I mean, there are a number of shared players with James Benge's 11. I'm delighted to say that I didn't omit Gabriel Batistuta, but I have made some surprise omissions. Now, bear in mind that I grew up watching a lot of Serie A when I was younger, so there's a lot of Argentines who have plied their trade in Italy as well. Now, I think Buffon probably picks himself for pretty much all of us. Maldini, Zanetti. And I wanted to try and balance it out a bit, try and get as many Argentines or almost as many Argentines as I had Italians, which is why I went for Walter Salmon instead. Nesta could have easily made the cuts. I was tempted by Chiellini given the emotional attachment to this game, but I'm going for some of the players who I grew up loving watching as well.
You don't have Messi in here.
Yeah, no, I don't have Messi.
You don't have Maradona in here.
Yeah, but I should qualify it as well by saying that I didn't want to go for someone who I didn't sort of grow up watching a lot of.
Messi.
So obviously, Maradona. So Maradona sort of, because his career was tailing off just as I was growing up and getting into football. But no, Messi, I mean, I was honestly...
We need to send this to the PSG press office and see how Leo thinks of you next season.
And I don't know if you know, I don't know how fast Cambiaso is, but you're putting him as a right.
No, why? I'm not responsible for the entire layout.
Okay, it's a diamond. It's a diamond shape.
Probably would have had Totti at the top of
oh my God.
Head of the
you
three.
don't have Messi or Maradona in here.
No, but honestly, I mean, Messi's a phenomenal player. It's just, emotional attachment to some of these players. Grew up almost idolizing Del Piero, had to fit him in there somewhere. Batistuta, one of the greatest goal scorers Serie A has ever seen. Totti, massive respect for him for being, a one-club man and also just a phenomenal player. And I tried to, maybe shine some light on some of the other, maybe slightly more underappreciated players. So, it's not like I don't think Messi is an absolutely phenomenal player and arguably, the best that we've ever seen. It's just, I wanted to go with one that was slightly different to all the others out there. No, obviously, I'm going to face plenty of questions about my mental well-being, but it was the same before the Champions League final.
The emotional connection is a good point, though, Jonathan Johnson. We're picking also some players that have an emotional connection for us, which is why I give you mine, which does have a little bit. What's that?
It's kind of Riquelme, isn't it?
Are you? What? How can it not have Riquelme, James Benge? You're too young to appreciate him. Buffon is an obvious one for all of us, right? Buffon, absolutely, right?
But no Cannavaro. Were you drinking when you made this?
I loved Alessandro Nesta way more, and that's why I was concurring with you on the emotional connection. To me, Alessandro Nesta was such a beautiful center back. Baresi, because, I'm old enough to remember, of course. Maldini, the best left back that's ever lived. Zanetti, Tardelli, please look him up. His center midfield statistics are... Pirlo needs to be in here. And Juan Roman Riquelme, James Benge, I need to have him in here. He is just one of my favorite players ever. Batistuta, the all-time leading scorer for Argentina until Lionel Messi broke that record in 2016. Maradona and Messi, of course. That's so I decided to get Italians angry up front and get Argentinians angry at the back. And I think all us three are going to get... should we just mute Twitter completely from this moment, James Benge? Because we're about to get a lot of angry people.
I think I'm going to be fine. I played it really safe.
You did play it safe. Jonathan Johnson, just get rid of your account, I think, for the next week or so.
But anyway, to be honest, I've been debating getting rid of my account for years. It's just guff anyway.
That's a good point. But anyway, everybody, show us, let us know what your favorite starting all-time 11 is, Argentina, Italy. And anyway, this is the game. It's Italy against Argentina in this game. Any thoughts on it? I mean, it should be fun, James Benge, at Wembley. It should be good to see the champions of Europe against the champions of South America, although it would be fun, even more for Italians, knowing that they are going somewhere in end of November, but that's not happening.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, the sort of facetious point here is we do tend to sort of decide which continent has produced the best team of their champions. We just do that at the World Cup.
Yeah.
And Italy haven't got that far. I mean, it sold out because when this came up and, sort of saying Wembley Stadium, I live not too far away at the moment from Wembley. And I thought, may as well see if there's any tickets on sale, but completely sold out.
A lot of Italians, a lot of Argentinians, Messi fans. I get it.
Is it not just the locals wanting to heckle Chiellini?
Yeah.
Don't tempt me. That's it. If I see him again after what he did to Bukayo Saka. This to me does feel a little bit like a pointless game, but it's it's the sort of fun pointless, isn't it? It's pointless. The quiz show with Alexander Armstrong and Richard Osmond. Good pointless, not rubbish.
It's a good pointless, and it's fun. It's going to be a good one. Italy, Argentina, they'll face each other. I mean, by the way, just Argentina getting ready for the World Cup. Of course, they were undefeated in qualifying campaign, so it would be a good way for European eyes to see a little bit more of what Leo Scaloni has done with this team, because it really has been a tremendous upstick since obviously the last World Cup.